Alright guys, let's start trying to run through some of these new rules I've hashed out and see if we can start ironing some of the wrinkles that will inevitably show. What we've got here is 95th Rifles. This red unit here is a line unit. Foot Artillery, blue, so the line unit. Then we have Highlanders here in the green, and some crappy Hanoverians over here, and then in this war is King's German Legion Light Battalion. Over here for the French, we have just a line cavalry unit, Chasseur Cheval, then a line unit, and another line unit, followed by a light battalion, foot artillery, lancers, and cuirassiers. Now, each artillery unit does have a finite amount of ammunition. That is 5 shots. Each side has that. Once those 5 shots are depleted, it switches to low ammo, and then you're not free to shoot at whatever you like, only certain things within certain distances. We will get to that as we get to that. I will do my best to explain things as I move forward. And I have 2 cameras. The smaller window I will, again, to the best of my ability, as I'm able, maneuver that camera to where I am currently in the game. Also, I should add, we have 2 off-map. Not that this needs to be any more complicated. I should really only have about half the units per side on here if I'm just playtesting this stuff. But I have 2 units here, a Household Brigade Cavalry unit, some Scots Greys. They're off-map, and they will come on when their chit is drawn. This is 7-turn scenario. This is ahistorical. It's not anything official. It's just something I came up with. Each turn you draw a chit to see if one of these cavalry units comes on as reinforcements. So there's that. We'll put that right there. We have chits that we draw, which I've already explained in the previous video, to determine who goes first, and that's what we'll do next. So we're drawing shit. I don't have those ready. That's just great. So we need 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did have fancier chits to draw, but I didn't have enough of them, so I ran out. And then on the French side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. And you're going to say, French are outnumbered. No, they're not, because that 95th Rifles and the King's German Light really only count for 1 unit. They're small. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just see how this works. 8 shits in the cup. Alright, now, draw a shit, see who goes first. 7 turns. We're not going to get through all 7 turns. I'm going to do 1, maybe 2 turns, depending on how I feel. So the British do go first. Let's start with the red battalion here, and for the red battalion we had earlier has a morale value of 7. So we're going to try and roll. Let's put this right here. Roll a 7 or less with 2 dice. We got a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so he does not get anything. And right away in my head I'm thinking, okay, it isn't working. Let's draw another chip. 10 is a bad roll though. British again. Let's try the Blue Brigade, and they have a leader morale value of 7. 7 or less. Can we do this? We do. That's a 3. That's full 3 moves. Very good roll. I'll leave that right there. And I have the way I have it so far is I'm using the black powder ranges and move distances. Everything's the same except movement distances are halved. The table's just not big enough to conform to that. So that's 6 inches per move. That means 18 inches total for 3 moves, which is where we're at. And that's what we'll do. 6, 6, and 6 is 18. Since they are moving more than one move, they'll have to switch to column. So that really only allows 2 moves because you're soaking up one move to change formation. So that breaks it down to, and that is a me rule. They could stay in line if they were only doing one move, but so that puts these guys right about here. 1 foot is where we're at with this. That's still a healthy move. That's still a healthy movement. Puts these guys right on the road, right on the edge of the road. Standard house rule of any trees that fall over, you do a shot. I don't know when that started, but these damn trees, the bases are not weighted, and inevitably we'll get anywhere from 3 to 4 or 5 shots per game, per session, as those things fall over. And I'll announce that as it happens. So there's Blue Brigade moving up the way. Let's see. Pull him up here. Now, before I check to see if anything is in range of them, I need to determine if they can fire in the same turn that they move. So let's suss that out and we'll be back. So that's a no. And if you move, you cannot fire. Subject to change, but that's how we're going to keep it for now. Let's draw another chit. Been all British so far. French has been idle, and these chits are being drawn. It should be should go without saying, but they don't correspond to a specific unit. It's just which side goes in which order, and then you determine which unit you want to attempt to activate. So French get next go. Let's see. They're already in column, so that's handy dandy for them. How do you win this thing? I probably should explain that before now, but let's just go by straight casualty points, things like that. No real objectives or anything that will mess with this time. Although I do like to put a die here, a die here, and a die here, and then roll the die whichever side captures the objective to see how many objective points it's worth. We won't mess with that this time though. French are next. I'm going to try and pull up the Blue Brigade. In the center there, a battalion, brigade. French Blue Brigade is, their leader has a morale value of 8, so 8 or less. We got a 4, they get their 3 moves. So now everything seems to be working a little too well, which worries me. 18 inches, that's that's what they got. Do I want to do the full 18 though? If I pull up, yep, I do. Let's go ahead and do that. 18 inches puts them just shy of the road. Just bashful of the road, puts them right there. Man, that's some. So see, I mean, even having the distances, you can move halfway across the table in one go. Imagine using the full distances that black powder suggests. It's just not doable. I mean, it's doable if you have a table that is an ungodly size. But this is a godly size, not an ungodly size table. Blue is where we're moving, right? And then we have these fellers. Something like that is how it's going to look. We're moving trees out of our way. They're really just here for aesthetic purposes right now. Ooh, almost had our first shot. Come on, stand up. We don't want people drinking just yet. Or do we? Some might beg to differ. Some may already be drinking. Alright, here we go. That's Blue Brigade that has moved up. Now they can't fire because they moved. They're in column. Because they moved more than one. They were already in column, so that's fine. That brings us to right back to the British. And, you know, would be nice to fire this. Here I said I was going to use this little camera to... I haven't done anything with it. I would like to be able to fire with a frog in my throat. That's my life story. I'd like to be... Oh, there's our first shot. I knocked over a tree there. I'd like to be able to fire with this artillery unit right here. So everybody do a shot there with that crappy tree that fell over. Is that showing up on the little cam? Let's make this bigger, huh? Yeah, we're good. Alright, so we need to determine... This is who's firing. We need to determine distance. And the distance on this foot artillery is, if we use the black powder rules, it's going to be... You know what, I'm going to try something different. No, let's stick with that for now. I've got enough different going on. It's like 48 inches, so they're obviously within range. For this unit here, that's about half. So that's going to be, for the British here, where is it at? +3. So when we roll our two dice, needing a 13 plus, we got a 7, Let's get a chart and start seeing what happens here. We also have our potential combat result here with that 4 that we rolled. I don't know if that's visible to each person. That's our potential combat result there. Where's my charts? My kingdom for a chart. No, seriously. Where is it? Here we go. Alright, so let's break it down. Here's what I kept. This is what I like from Battles of Napoleon. So we have the fire value printed on the unit card. That was the 3 for firing about mid-range foot artillery. And then per each gunner or infantry, that's a 3, so that's a 6. Per each non-disordered, I think we already have it. Per each rank, they're in column, so that's an 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, we have our first hit. 13 plus, that's a 15. So we take this 4 and we make that correspond to our miniature combat results table. And a 4 is that unit is broken or disordered or dismayed or chafed, or however you want to put it. We'll put that right there. That's pretty good for... Oh, when we remove an ammunition counter. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. Then we're within arc of fire, so we're good there. Everything is legit. Now, draw another shit. Things that seem to be happening a little quicker than the last go through off camera that I experienced. We've got the French again. French artillery over here. Could potentially fire, but there's this nice hill crest thing kind of blocking them, so I don't know if that's worth messing with. Let's try and pull up this red brigade over here. We'll roll a brigade order to try and move them all, just like we did with blue. What is red? Red has, for French, excuse me, 7 or less. Not the greatest, but we'll see. We got a 5, that's 2 moves. 5 from 7 is 2. So that's 12 inches. They're already in column, so they can just go ahead and move. As for red, I said, yes, I do. Now, if I pull up here, let's try and do this without destroying everything. If I pull up here, that exposes my flank to these guys over here, even though they're crappy Hanoverians. Or should I turn to face? I think I'm going to turn to face, but then, yeah, I think I got this. So pivoting or turning, you're allowed at the beginning of the move or the end of the move. Or you can just simply pivot and turn as your move. So let's just go like this. Red Brigade. Love having these stands because it prevents you from touching your figures to move them, and then that makes the paint job on them last longer. And it's just more convenient to move them than individual stands, so that's why I do it at least. Put some right here. And I can do this. Excuse me. And then we'll move our commander thusly. Our strength markers here. So that's done. We need I'm going to mark in who moved, so I don't have to try and activate them again. Now remember, you don't have to, and this is from the Black Powder rules, you don't have to roll to activate to charge, fire, or conduct melee. This is just a move. We'll draw another ship here. It's back to the British, and the British would like to, well, you know, I mean, now that we've got some French potentially in sight here, I'm going to go ahead and roll a move just to see if I can pivot better and maybe pull the left wing up of that Black Hanoverian Brigade up. But I don't know if we're going to get there. Jesus, they have a leadership rating of 6, which is just not going to do anybody any good. And I roll a 9 anyway, so that's a moot point. Alright, now, the range for the smoothbore musket is 18 inches. I do think, at least this right has them. No, we're just out of range, so that's a drag. Mark them a spin. Who's next? Who is next? The next is the British again. Oh, okay. Let's try this Green Brigade. This is the Highlanders, even though physically in the real world only this unit looks like the Highlanders. They're Highlanders. They should have a pretty good rating of 8. So we need an 8 or less. And we got a 7, that's 1 move. For those guys over there. That's 6 inches. Let's try and close this gap here. That would probably be best. So that puts us... we don't have to change formation because it's only 1 move. So that's handy dandy. Move him up. And these guys just behind him. Right here. That's how we'll do that. Welcome to the show. Highlanders. Alright, next. You could see where that, the camera capturing the bigger picture, if you could see where that is, I have it perched precariously way up on the game shelf with the game pulled halfway out, and the camera on a tripod on a game that's pulled out. If I blew as hard as I could, I might be able to blow it over. I don't want to do that. Back to the French. Let's get that white brigade moving up to plug that gap there. White for the French consists of 8. Should be no issues there. Pulling up the white brigade. 4, 5, 6. That's 2 moves. 12 inches in column already, so the full 12. Pull them up, and up, right here. There's a good leap forward. And then these guys should be right next to him, right? Yeah. The white brigade. Let's move this tree out of our way. Yeah. The convenient thing to do is just move topography around at will. And then, why is he so far back? 4, 5, 6. It was 2 moves. Okay. Puts him. It's right in here somewhere. Ouch. Stabbed myself with the leader's sword under the fingernail. Alright, there's that. They're done. Commander-in-Chief's good where he's at. That's him right here. Mark the white brigade has moved. So this seems to be working just fine. We have some that have moved, some that haven't. Only one that hasn't, I believe. No, 2. Both on the British side. And then we'll go back to, who's next, huh? Who's next, eh? Let's draw red. Why? Because, no, not blue. French again, let's pull purple up. Purple, you're up. That's those guys right there. Purple has 7 command rating. We need to roll 7 or less. We roll right on a 7. Another tree down. That's another shot. Second shot of the game. One move, so 6 inches for purple. Team purple. I'll put them heading towards that overturned cart for cover. Start heading that way as I cover up half the damn artillery. And then him right behind him. This is a 4 battalion unit, so a heavy brigade here. 6. I don't know if he'll, yeah, he will. If I move him here. I still got it. Alright. I don't like being separated by this hill. I'm dividing these 2 battalions. You want to keep them in command because you can be out of command. It's really all I can do is just move there, I guess. Alright, that's purple slowly making its way up there. Mark them as spent. Cat's in the way. Spendthrifts. Draw another chip. Let's draw red. I'll show you why in a second. Don't draw red. Every time I say that, I'll draw red. Alright. Well, if I don't have anything to fire at with the French cav, does that mean I need to move them? Or the French artillery? I'm just going to sit back there and do nothing. There's no point in doing that. So I got to do something with them. I'm going to pass. I'm going to leave them there so you can take a pass. And that'll mark them as, I don't have anything to fire at. Well, actually, you know, hold on. I might have a long range, what is it, 48? I got a long range shot at this over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, and that would be only a +1. We'll see what happens. Need a 13 plus. So that artillery unit firing at this British battalion right here. 13, 14, 15, because you're adding the strength of the unit. And +1 for British line is 16. Yeah, I definitely have it. So this is our casualty result. It's 5. And a 5 is, you ready? That strength of 4 goes down to a 3, so that's pretty good. That's a pretty good. So already, and this was my desired effect, there's already blood and guts early in the game instead of later on. Did I mark them as spent? Probably not. Let's see. That's a good roll for a long shot like that, and I need to expend an ammo marker. So they're both sides down to 4 on the ammo for the artillery. Alright, next. Can I draw red this time? So I can, yes, so here's our red. I'm going to use this red to try and pull on one of the British cavalry reinforcements, so I'll draw a chit. I get nothing, so that's 1 for that. There's another one I can try and pull on later. We got red again, so let's just go ahead and try and pull on the second and final reserve cavalry unit, which is the Scots Greys. And they work. So we will enter them. Let's put them right here. And then we need to roll to activate to see if they can move. So first turn of the game, Scots Greys managed to come on. It'll probably be a while before the household gets to enter, because there's going to be a lot of gray chits to that one red chit left in there. Leader rating for the Scots Greys consists of 8. Nope, 9. 9. Jesus. Oh, that's a 9, and I actually rolled an 11. Can you believe that? And we are still doing blunders in this game. I'm keeping that from black powder, so we rolled an 11, and you know, I thought it was in the bag, having a rating of 9. Surely we would probably get all 3 moves. We got nothing. So you see, it's working. It's working. Let's mark them as spent. And if you'll notice, I'm keeping the each cavalry unit as a separate independent unit, not attached to any brigade. Same with the artillery. Draw another shit. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Drawing a shit. We get the British again. We still have King's German Legion and King's German Legion and 95th. I love where 95th's at. There's no reason for them to move, so we'll take a pass. Leave them there. They don't have anything to fire at that I'm aware of. Let's check and make sure. .24-inch range is pretty darn good, but I don't think that's, no, it's not. Nothing in range there. Draw another shit. Let me guess. French. Yep. Go figure. There's French. Let's see if we can activate those lancers. See those lancers there? To the left of the tree. Let's see if we can activate them to start moving up. And they have French lancers. I got a 9 as well. Pretty darn good. rating. Yeah, they've got their full move, and that consists of 9, so that's 27 inches. Those leadership ratings of 9, pretty devastating. You know, if I do that, that puts them... I'm not putting them there. So here's what we got going on. Another shot there. I just knocked over another tree, so that's second, third shot. They could make it as far as right there, but that just puts them in range to be target shot at. I don't want to do that. I'm going to put them right in the way of the artillery. Yeah, at the between this wheat field and this hill, ready to charge whatever crosses their path, even though they're exposing their flank to whatever's on the left there, but I feel okay about this. So they're done. And then that's a great spot for the old Lancers there. 3 chits left. French again. Let's try for the Chasseur Cheval over there. They have eight, so that's 8 or less. 8 or less. Chasseur Cheval way by the windmill there, all the way down by the windmill. Alright. They got it. Rolled a 3. So they get their full 3 moves as if they wanted to. Which is what 27, 9 is. So it's 9, 18. So they're currently there's nothing within range to charge. $27 plus them, that's ridiculous. Let's go. Let's put them at 18. Right up to there and put them in position to charge. That's pretty brutal stuff right there. Put them right in that position ready to charge those guys. Which is probably a stupid idea because they're not broken or disordered. They haven't been tenderized by artillery. Nothing, they're just fresh. So it's probably a stupid idea, but that's what we'll do. I want to test out rolling to form square and things like that. Alright, what's next? 2 more chits, I believe, marked them as spent. So as expected, primarily movement this turn. 2 chits left. That leaves British and the British. What do they have left? KGL. Already did those. Already did that. I just passed on them. It should just be KGL. Yeah, and let's keep them where they're at too. In the woods there. Finally, the French, and that leaves this crosshairs over here. Again, there's not going to be anything close enough for them to charge. Crosshairs right here. There's not going to be anything close enough for them to charge. I may not even get the move. They do have a leadership rating of 9, which I'm wondering about those 9s. That might be pretty high. And my God, every time I say that, look at it. I rolled another 11. They flubbed their move. It's the second time I thought, oh, it's a 9. They're going to get it in spades, and they just completely flubbed it. All right, well, that's the first turn, and we'll take this 7 and make it a 6, so we have 6 turns left. We'll start pulling up our spent markers here, grab our chits back, and recap what happened. Now, I think The only real interesting thing that happened was what the French artillery getting that long shot at this battalion here and shaving off a strength point. The British tried to make something happen, but didn't. And did these guys? I can't remember if these guys fired or not. Anyway, I don't think they had them within range at the time, so rather uneventful first turn, lots of maneuvering. These guys have disorder on them. Is that? No, that's from the. They're broken. We didn't get any morale checks. We just had to remove strength point and a broken. So half of the combat results consist of morale checks. So that's interesting. I think that's it. That's it for turn 1. Put these chips back in the cup. Call it a day, and at some point, end of the week or this weekend, we'll move forward with turn 2, etc. Obviously, if you lose a unit, you'll need to remove its shit from your cup and stop putting it in there. So bear that in mind as well. Everybody happy? We good? I think that's alright. Alright. That was turn 1 using the amalgamated rules of Black Powder, Battles of Napoleon, Eagle on the Line, and Advanced Squad Leader 2d6 13 plus system. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in next time.